In the heart of a vast and untamed wilderness, there stood a mountain unlike any other. By day it appeared unassuming, a mass of grey stone rising above emerald forests and winding rivers. But by night the mountain came alive with a glow so wondrous that travellers would halt their journeys just to marvel at it. Thousands upon thousands of fireflies emerged from the mountain's crevices, their golden light cascading down like a luminous waterfall. This was the Mountain of Fireflies, a place whispered about in hushed tones, for it was said to guard an ancient and unfathomable secret. For centuries, people speculated about the mountain's mystery. Some believed it was the dwelling place of forgotten gods. Others thought it housed treasures buried by a long-lost civilization. Yet no one who ventured to uncover the truth had ever returned. The stories, however, were not enough to deter the bold or the desperate. One such soul was a young wanderer. She had no home to return to and no family to mourn her absence. What she did have was a heart full of questions and a determination forged by hardship. When she first heard the tales of the glowing mountain, she felt an irresistible pull. She gathered her few belongings and began her ascent just as the sun dipped below the horizon. As the sky darkened, the fireflies appeared. They drifted lazily at first, their lights winking in and out like stars in the distance. But as the wanderer climbed higher, the fireflies grew in number and intensity. Soon the entire mountain seemed ablaze with their golden light, so bright that it banished the darkness entirely. The air hummed with their delicate wings, and the soft glow illuminated her path. The wanderer noticed that the fireflies seemed to move with purpose, as if guiding her. They formed shimmering trails, leading her up narrow paths and around jagged rocks. She followed without hesitation, her wonder outweighing any fear. As she climbed, she felt a curious sensation, an awareness of being watched. The fireflies were not mere insects. Their glow seemed alive with intelligence, as though they were studying her even as she observed them. The higher she climbed, the more the landscape changed. The forested slopes gave way to smooth, glassy stone that seemed to pulse faintly beneath her feet, echoing the rhythm of the firefly's light. Strange carvings appeared along the walls of the mountain, patterns that resembled spirals, stars and flowing rivers. They glimmered faintly, as if etched in starlight. Finally, she reached a plateau near the summit, where the fireflies congregated in a dense, swirling cloud. In the center of the plateau stood a massive stone door, seamlessly embedded into the mountain itself. The carvings on its surface were more intricate than any she had seen before, depicting scenes of creation and destruction, life and death. The fireflies gathered around the door, their lights dancing across its surface in patterns that seemed deliberate, almost ritualistic. The wanderer felt a pull toward the door, though no handle or keyhole was visible. She stepped closer, her breath catching as the fireflies swarmed around her. Their glow intensified, bathing her in warm light. She placed her hands on the stone, and the carvings beneath her fingers seemed to come alive, shifting and flowing like water. The fireflies formed a spiral around her, their light coalescing into a single brilliant point. A low hum filled the air, growing louder and deeper until it resonated in her very bones. Then, with a sound like the shattering of ancient glass, the door began to open. Beyond the door lay a cavern filled with a radiant golden glow. The source of the light was a massive, pulsating crystal at the heart of the chamber, suspended in mid-air by invisible forces. The crystal seemed to breathe, its light ebbing and flowing like the tides. Surrounding it were countless more fireflies, their lights merging with the crystal's glow. It was as if the fireflies were its guardians, drawing their power from its brilliance. The wanderer felt the weight of the ages pressing down on her as she stepped into the chamber. The air was thick with an energy that tingled against her skin and filled her with a sense of profound awe. She realized she was standing before something ancient and sacred, a source of life, perhaps even the heart of the world itself. As she approached the crystal, the fireflies swirled around her, their movements deliberate and graceful. They formed shapes in the air, spirals, constellations, and symbols she couldn't comprehend. Yet she felt their meaning, as if the knowledge was being etched directly into her soul. This was not a treasure to be taken, nor a power to be wielded. It was a balance, a harmony that must be protected at all costs. The fireflies led her to a pedestal near the crystal. On it rested a single small object, a pendant shaped like a firefly, its body made of the same glowing crystal as the one in the chamber. The wanderer understood instinctively that this was a gift, a token of trust. As she picked it up, the pendant's light pulsed in time with her heartbeat, and a surge of warmth spread through her. The fireflies began to retreat, their light dimming as they returned to their places around the chamber and mountain. The door behind her slowly closed, sealing the sacred chamber once more. The wanderer descended the mountain, the pendant glowing softly against her chest. The fireflies accompanied her part way, their lights forming a protective cocoon. When she reached the base of the mountain, the fireflies vanished into the night, leaving her alone beneath the stars. She gazed back at the glowing mountain, now understanding its purpose. It was not merely a guardian of secrets, it was a beacon of harmony, a reminder of the delicate balance that sustained all life. The wanderer continued her journey, the pendant lighting her path. Though she never spoke of what she had seen, those who met her noticed a quiet strength and wisdom in her gaze. And as she travelled, fireflies would often appear, their golden light weaving around her like a protective veil. The Mountain of Fireflies remained, its secrets safe and its guardians vigilant. And on quiet nights, when the wind was still and the stars shone brightly, the mountain would glow, reminding all who saw it of the magic and mystery that lay just beyond the reach of understanding.